Today we are starting our first practice question lesson on Comptia Network Plus. And as I always say with Comptia A Plus, make sure you watch till the end and take notes where necessary, as they can help prepare you for your N10-009. Welcome to another lesson of Technology for All Academy, an academy that teaches information communication technology for free. To mention but a few, we have Cisco and MikroTik series, and we'll be doing other vendor series in the future. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Thaba Makobe, the founder of Technology for All Academy. Without wasting time, let's get into our lesson. Our focus for today is on explaining network topologies. The first question says, an engineer uses a type of network adapter to connect a fiber link to a router. The transceiver feeds into an optical interface on a layer 3 Ethernet router. And the question says, of the choices, which layer 1 implementation does the engineer utilize? A. Media converter, B. Switch, C. Bridge, and D. Voice over IP endpoint. As I always say with Comptia A+, make sure you take the questions before you can check the answer. And the answer for this question is A. Media converter. Let's click confirm to see the explanation. And it says, media converters are a layer 1 device and are used to convert one cable type to another. These components alter the characteristics of one type of cable to match those of another. And for the incorrect explanations, we have a switch is a layer 2 device. Switches can handle traffic based on a node's physical address, which is also known as media access control or MAC address. Next, a bridge is a layer 2 appliance or application that connects different networks as if they were one network. And lastly, a VoIP or Voice over Internet Protocol endpoint is a phone system component that can be implemented as software running on a computer or smartphone, or as a dedicated traditional headset. Question number 2 says, which of the following is the layer of the OSI model at which hubs operate? A. Physical, B. Layer 3, C. Data link, and D. Internet. And the answer is A. Physical. Let's click confirm to hear the explanation. And it says, hubs operate at layer 1 or the physical layer of the OSI model. Let's continue. Question number 3 says, you've implemented an ad hoc wireless network that doesn't employ a wireless access point. Every wireless network card can communicate directly with any other wireless network card on the network. Which type of physical network topology have you implemented in this network? A. Bus, B. Star, C. Ring, and D. Mesh. And the answer is D. Mesh. Let's click confirm to hear the explanation. And it says, this type of network uses a physical mesh topology. A mesh topology has two key characteristics, which are that there's no central connecting point, and any host can communicate directly with any other host on the network. A mesh network is usually impractical on a wired network. Each host would require a separate dedicated network interface and cable. But you can implement a mesh topology with relative ease on a wireless network because wires aren't an issue. And for the wrong explanation, a ring topology connects neighboring nodes until they form a ring. Signals travel in one direction around the ring. Next, is that topology uses a hub or a switch to connect all network connections to a single physical location. And lastly, a bus topology consists of a trunk cable with nodes either inserted directly into the trunk or tapped in with off-short cables called drop cables. Let's continue. And question number 4 says, which of the following functions are performed by the OSI transport layer? Select 3. A. Data segmentation and reassembly. B. Reliable message delivery. 3. End-to-end flow control. D. Consistent data formatting between dissimilar systems. E. Media access control, logical topology, and device identification. F. Packet formatting for delivery through a medium. And G. Path identification and selection. And the answer is A, B, C. Let's click confirm to hear the explanation. And it says, the transport layer is responsible for breaking upper layer data into segments and allowing reliable communication through end-to-end flow control, error detection, and error correction. And for the wrong explanations, message transmission through a medium is performed at a physical layer. Next, media access, logical topology, and device identification occur at the data link layer. Next, path identification and selection is a function of the network layer. And lastly, data formatting is performed at the presentation layer. Question number 5 says, at layer 4 of the OSI model, how is each application identified to facilitate proper routing and delivery of data? A. By the MAC address of the destination device. B. Through the use of encryption algorithms. C. By a unique port number assigned to the application. And D. Through the application unique username and password. And the answer for this question is C. Let's click confirm to read the explanation. And it says, at layer 4, the transport layer, each application is identified by a unique port number. This port number is used to ensure that the data is delivered to the correct application on a device. For example, web traffic typically use port 80 for HTTP or port 443 for HTTPS. And email might use port 25 for SMTP. This system allows multiple applications to run on a single device without their data streams getting mixed up. And for the wrong explanations, MAC addresses are used at layer 2, data link layer of OSI model to identify devices on the same local network. Layer 4, the transport layer, does not use MAC address for identifying applications. Next, encryption algorithms are used to secure data in transit rather than to identify applications. While encryption is crucial for security, it does not play a role in identifying or routing of applications at layer 4. And lastly, applications' unique username and password are used for authentication purposes, not for identifying application at the transport layer. Usernames and passwords ensure that only authorized users can access an application, but they do not play a role in the routing or delivery of data at layer 4. Let's continue. Question 6 says, which of the following statements accurately describes the function of the session layer, layer 5, in the OSI model? A. The session layer is responsible for routing packets across the different networks. B. The session layer provides the physical transmission of data over network media. C. The session layer administers the process of establishing, managing, and terminating dialogue between client and server. And D, the session layer is used for character set conversation, such as between ASCII and Unicode. And the correct answer is C. Let's click confirm to read the explanation. And it says, the correct answer is that the session layer administers the process of establishing, managing, and terminating a dialogue between client and server. The session layer is crucial for controlling dialogue between two computers or network devices. It establishes, manages, and terminates connections, ensuring that data is properly synchronized and organized during communication sessions. And for the wrong explanation, the session layer is responsible for routing packets across different networks is incorrect because routing is function of the network layer, layer 3 of the OSI model, not session layer. Next, the session layer provides the physical transmission of data over network media is incorrect because the physical transmission of data is the responsible of the physical layer, layer 1 of the OSI model. And lastly, the session layer is used for character set conversation, such as between ASCII and Unicode, is incorrect because the character set conversation is a function of the presentation layer, layer 6, which is responsible for data representation and encoding, not the session layer. Let's carry on. And question number 7 says, what is the most effective method for protecting the management interface of a Soho router? A. Enabling UPnP, universal plug and play. B. Configuring a strong administrative account passphrase. C. Disabling the firewall. And D. Setting the router to automatically accept firmware updates. And the correct answer is B. Let's click confirm to read the explanation. And it says, configuring a strong administrative account passphrase is a critical security measure for protecting the router's management interface. A strong passphrase helps prevent unauthorized access to the router's settings, where malicious changes could compromise the entire network security. And for the incorrect explanation, enabling UPnP, which is universal plug and play, is a convenience feature that allows devices to automatically discover and communicate with each other on a network. While it can simplify network setup and device interaction, it does not provide protection for the router's management interface. Next, disabling the firewall would decrease the network security rather than protect the management interface. The firewall is an essential feature that helps block unauthorized access and potential attacks from the internet. And lastly, setting the router to automatically accept firmware updates. While generally a good practice for ensuring the router is up to date with the latest security patches, does not directly protect the management interface. Unauthorized individual could still attempt to access the interface if the administrative passphrase is weak or compromised. Let's continue. And question number 8 says, how is identifying the location and scope of a problem helpful in the troubleshooting process? Select 2. A says, it helps prioritize the problem in relation to other incidents. B. It allows for immediate resolution of the problem without further analysis. C. It helps identify the source of the problem. D. It eliminates the need for gathering further information from users. And E. It automatically resolves any related issues without intervention. And the answer is A and C. Let's click confirm to read the explanation. The following are the ways in which identifying the location and scope of problem are helpful in the troubleshooting process. It helps prioritize the problem in relation to other incidents. By understanding the scope of a problem, whether it affects a large number of systems or is confined to a specific area, IT professionals can better prioritize it in relation to other ongoing incidents, ensuring that resources are allocated efficiently. Next, it helps identify the source of the problem. Knowing the location and the number of systems affected can provide valuable clues about the source of the problem. For example, if an issue is localized to a specific network segment, this information can narrow down the potential cause. And for the incorrect explanations, it allows for the immediate resolution of the problem without further analysis is incorrect. Identifying the location and scope is an initial step in troubleshooting. While it is crucial, it does not typically allow for the immediate resolution of the problem without further analysis and investigation. Next, it eliminates the need for gathering further information from users is incorrect. Even after identifying the location and scope, gathering detailed information from users is often necessary to fully understand the problem. User input can provide insight that are not apparent from system data alone. And lastly, it automatically resolves any related issues without intervention is incorrect. Identifying the location and scope of a problem is a diagnostic step and does not resolve the problem or any related issues. Resolution typically requires further investigation, troubleshooting, and specific action based on the nature of the problem. Let's continue. Question number 9 says, a security engineer configures software-based port security on a hardware firewall. Which OSI model layer identifies the application ports to configure? A. Layer 1, B. Layer 2, C. Layer 3, and D. Layer 4. And the correct answer is D. Layer 4. Let's click confirm to read the explanation. And it says, the transport layer, layer 4, manages end-to-end communication. At layer 4, a port number identifies each application, such as AT for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, web traffic. And for the incorrect explanation, layer 1, the physical layer, uses physical ports and cabling to connect and create a local area network. Next, Ethernet switching by using hardware-based media access control MAC address and wireless to wired bridge make use of physical layer adapters at layer 2. And lastly, at layer 3, the network layer, the routing part of the router, such as a SOHO router, makes forwarding decisions between the local private network and the public internet. Let's continue. Question number 10 and the last question for this lesson says, what is the role of access control list ACL at layer 3 network layer of the OSI model? A. To define the maximum size for packets transmitted across the network. B. To act as a routing protocol for determining the best path for data packets. C. To serve as a list of permission for file access on the network. And D. To filter network traffic by permitting or blocking packets based on IP address and other criteria. And the correct answer is D. Let's click confirm to read the explanation. And it says, at layer 3, ACLs are used to enforce security policies by filtering traffic. They determine which packets are allowed to pass through a network device, such as a router, based on rules that include IP address, protocol types, ports, and other criteria. And for the wrong explanations, ACLs do not define packet size. This is typically managed by the network protocol in use, such as TCP/IP. Next, ACLs are not routing protocols. Routing protocols like OSPF or BGP are used to determine the best path for data packets. And lastly, ACLs at layer 3 do not manage files access permission. They control network traffic. File access permission are typically managed by the operating system or file system. And this concludes our lesson for the day. Hope this lesson was informative and beneficial. If you benefited a lot from this lesson, please don't hesitate to share with someone who will also benefit from it. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell in order to be notified whenever we drop another lesson. With that said, let me love and leave you. Have a blessed day. Thank you.